Look, we don't have... Well, actually, I guess we do have special guests pretty frequently. There went my sentence. But we have a special guest joining us tonight on the NXT After Show, so don't you go anywhere.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, boy, no man is ever truly good or evil, so it seems. Hi, Bill.
What's up, party people?
It's good to see. That is like a very inside joke. Anyway, welcome to the NXT After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. I'm one of your hosts, Mark Udonica. Joined as always by Bill Hanstock.
My apologies.
That was beautiful. Robert Baines is running a little late.
Off microphone.
It was, but we still picked it up on Hobo's microphone. Robert the Hobo Baines is running a little bit late, but we had to start because we have a special guest joining us in studio.
We're very thrilled. This
Very
couldn't be
thrilled.
more timely.
He hasn't been around the studio since he was a host of our Breaking Ground After Show that we did a couple years ago, back when Kathy was
Well,
still
clearly
with us.
he's been on a world tour.
Yeah, very, very clearly. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in studio, Brandon Taylor.
Thanks.
Hey.
Really happy to be here.
Hey,
dude,
buddy.
yeah,
I
like,
haven't been in studio in quite some time.
It's good to have you
long
back.
time.
It's just pretty weird.
It's great to have you back.
Thank you. No, I'm happy to be back.
Is
Well,
it-
we couldn't be more excited to have you back tonight of all nights.
Yeah, you made your NXT debut tonight as a
Yeah.
part of State Line.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so we wanted to get started. You faced Mustache Mountain, a pretty uphill battle, if I do say so myself.
That's why we come to this show.
Thank you so much. But what's your mindset going up against former NXT Tag Team Champions and you didn't start the match?
Right.
So what was the strategy behind that, and how did you and your what sort of a strategy did you and your partner formulate to go up against this team?
I mean, going in, we already automatically knew that there was a knee injury on the part of Trent Seven. So we tried to isolate that and use that to our advantage. My partner, better known as Del Rey, was the one to start off the match, so he tried to use the size advantage, which ended up working out when Seven became the legal man, and we were able to isolate him for a moment. But we underestimated how actually injured he was, and as a result, he became quite incensed that we went after the
Well, especially you were the person that took the brunt of the action of the violence.
Yeah.
It seemed like your partner really only succeeded in making them angry.
Yeah, no, he did that, but it was one of those things we didn't quite understand how well they were working as a team. They had recently lost the belts. We felt pretty confident that as a christened tag team, not just a couple of guys thrown together, as a team, State Line, we could take on these guys and actually probably get a victory. That did not happen. It did not work. Things fell apart very shortly after I got tagged in. Maybe if I did punch Tyler Bate in the face, things would have gone differently. But I did a fake, really thinking that we had Seven all locked down on our side, and I went, well, I don't even want to play with him. I got his partner right here. Why would I even want to punch him in the face?
That's no offense. I know you're a guest and you took a lot of time to join us this weekend, only this week.
Yeah.
But why you're so that sense of place that you had of no, we're in control. You didn't want you left it up to why would you leave it up to chance like that? How could you possibly leave it up to chance?
In my view, it was not chance. We
Oh.
had him. We had just hit him in the injured leg. I dropped a big elbow on him, all my weight into his center mass. In my view, it was done. We were in a very comfortable position in that moment, and then he used his leg brace essentially as a weapon and clocked me right in the face.
Oh, so it's a little bit of dirty play here from Mustache Mountain.
I'm not going to say it was dirty. I'm just going to say he used what was in his advantage to use.
Also, it seemed like you were winding up for something big to hit him with, and he just managed to evade it, and that really turned the tide. So
It was a front chop block.
you know, it's a game of inches. So you
Yeah.
know, when you miss it, you know, if you were to have hit it, who knows what could have happened?
Yeah.
Any given Sunday, etc.
Yeah, he drove my nose into my brain. And,
Oh no, that's not good. That's how Apollo Creed died.
I saw many colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, Trent and the amazing Technicolor knee dressing.
Oh,
that sounds about right.
Do we have any questions from the chat? No. Okay. Well, if you have
No,
questions,
I've got one. PW Gregory says Tyler and Trent are a couple of big, strong boys. So
I mean, obviously, we had the size advantage, but yes, they are really, really strong. Tyler more than Trent.
Now, hindsight, Gregory wants to know what would you have done differently?
Punch Tyler Bate in the face.
Solid. Something that I wanted to know. So there's sort of a long-standing unspoken rule that people shouldn't like take everybody else's gimmick. You did a jumping elbow drop, and in the following match, we saw EC3 also do a jumping elbow drop.
He was clearly not watching the monitor.
No, I know,
I'm a
but
real pro, and he's.
But how do you feel about that? Somebody that on the supposed level of the top 1% of EC3, do you think it was a personal attack? He saw your performance and how.
No, I don't think he's quite to the level that I am. I think he's coasting mostly on good looks.
Okay,
To be fair, I am not a pretty boy like he is. I am not the color he is, that tan
no one's the color that he is.
A deep brown.
That's beyond deep brown. And I do my due diligence, and obviously he didn't, so that's on him.
But also, pretty boy, of course, being the biggest compliment.
Well,
it's a style, it's a type, because sometimes people can see that as a disparaging comment. We just want to say,
I am not a pretty boy. I can say that for almost an absolute.
guys, I mean, it's obvious you brought me in to be the pretty boy.
Clearly.
When Kathy left, somebody had to fill the
the attractive woman gap. There it is.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Right on. Spot on.
Are we going to be seeing State Line anytime? Well, I mean, I know that we've got a little bit of time till Takeover, but are we going to be seeing State Line again?
Never say never.
Ooh.
The motto of professional wrestling is never say never. There's a possibility that me and Del Rey could meet up somewhere down the road, and it's entirely possible that we could take on Mustache Mountain again and try and turn that loss into a victory for us.
We've got a couple of things from chat. Sharkosaur got me pretty good. EC3 skin tone is nice desk.
Yeah.
Now we do want to point out that it has been established that your partner Del Rey is Line and you are State.
Yes.
Well, actually, that was a question. Rob Gray wants to know, where did the name State Line come from?
It came from. It's a great question. It's an inside joke.
Well, I was wondering, is it because you crossed such a state line?
Right. I mean, I'm from California, went to Florida. It's really hard to go much further than that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm from a different state.
Mm-hmm. And your partner toes the line, so you're State Line.
Now, if you were to team up with Sheamus at any point, would you be State Lime?
Too many lines.
Too many limes?
Maybe
Too many lines.
I'd like to see that team, actually. That would be a good team.
Me and Sheamus?
Yeah.
I could pick him up and slam him into people. That would be impressive.
You could do the Brogue Kick Schoolboy combo?
I'd probably Bro Kick German. Because I'm a low guy. I can get a nice snapping German off of that.
Sweet. Like the Snake Lock says, what does it feel like to receive a burning hammer and diving stomp at the same time?
Did it suck more or less than when Trent Seven punched you directly in the throat?
No, I'd say of everything, the least comfortable was the dragon suplex.
Yeah, that
was directly on the back of my head.
Yeah,
whereas at least I had some time with the burning hammer to try and save myself, and I landed more or less on my tum-tum.
Did you?
Yeah, your belly.
Yeah.
Your smooth belly.
It's not smooth.
My smooth boy's belly. That's not the belly that's smooth. It's the boy.
It's the boy.
But what could you see? Could you see him coming? Could you see the stomp coming directly onto your face?
No, because of the way he had my chin locked for the burning hammer, I could only look essentially straight.
You're looking at the crowd.
I really had no clue where he was. I only knew he hit me when he hit me, and then the world started to turn.
I only knew he hit me when he hit me.
Yeah.
This is
it's not something I could prepare for. I could not see him coming at me. And so it was a moment of, oh, I'm going now. I've been hit. I'm going down. Oh, world.
Did you yell timber?
I did not.
Okay. I want to compliment you because one of my favorite things during the match when you weren't in the ring is you were making sure that your partner was staying on it. Like your communication. It's a similar communication that we see with other well-established tag teams. And I was a big fan of it.
I've been, not me, but my characters have been tag team champions. So I've studied tag team wrestling really thoroughly, and he's only got 2.5 years in, as opposed to my close to 9.
Jesus.
So I knew that I was going to have to really legitimately guide him. In this match, and sort of be like, okay, here's what this has to happen, just stay on point. Don't get distracted by the audience. Don't get distracted by them. Stay on task. Go for the game plan. Don't stray from it. And I was legitimately telling him all of this stuff while Mustache Mountain was coming in, while we were in the corner. Once we tagged him, I'm like, slam him now.
What did you say as you were stepping out of the ring? Like, what did you tell him?
Don't forget to go for that knee.
Oh, okay.
If things start to go bad, go for the knee.
Yeah, it was great to see. I love seeing tag teams communicate, and we could see, as soon as your partner and Tyler Bate were getting in the ring, we could see you talking to him. And I think that this is the most communication I've seen from a tag team since 3.0 was on NXT.
See, that's not a bad comment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's. It felt necessary at the time. I'll definitely say that. It was something that had to happen.
Do you feel like you were able to make an impression? Do you think that were able to make a mark?
Let's say this. I think the way I carried myself backstage, the way I was approaching the task of wrestling Mustache Mountain, I think was a testament to how I've prepared my entire career for this moment. I've not wrestled for WWE before, and so finally having that moment to show them what I have in a live setting with an audience in front of cameras, I think I was able to show how my training has brought me to this moment. And I don't know if I'll be asked back. I don't know what's next.
Sure.
But I will say that in the moment, everybody was happy. So that's all I can really.
That's all you can ever ask for.
Yeah.
Where do you hope to find yourself next?
Well, I'm still doing a lot of work with New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's.
We saw you carry Cody out to the ring.
Yeah. And I was helping out with the show and almost got punched by Suzuki and Zack Sabre. They're a lot
that's
of fun.
Honestly. If you meet Minoru Suzuki and you almost get punched by him, that's the best it can possibly go.
No, he's quite the bully. In kind of every sense of the word, in every moment of his life, he just does things to people whether they want them or not. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
So I am very happy to be working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. I can't say if it's going to lead to anything in ring or not. I will say that there are two upcoming shows that I will be lending a hand with, and that's the most I can really talk about.
So is there any sort of final words? So, we know that you're short on time and we've got the rest of the show to get to, but is there anything else that you want to say to the fine folks out there? That was a pretty solid message, but just in case.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me over the years. It's really strange to find myself watching myself on a WWE branded product. There are many times that I did not believe that this was going to happen. And I really understand that I'm very lucky for this to happen. There's a lot of wrestlers in the world. And the fact that I'm able to do this is truly a blessing. And I really want to thank EC3 too, because he did give me some genuine advice at one point.
Really?
that I did.
That's why he stole your elbow.
Yes.
Did he say,
I earned this?
Did he take you aside and he was like, "You should try being rich, real rich"?
No. He.
Those are the tanning booth.
I was doing a gig in Florida, and it was not a great night for me, and I was just feeling bummed, and I was sitting at the bar, and he just happened to be there. And I was like, hey man, what's up? And we ended up talking a bit, and the advice he gave me was, if you take yourself out of the game, you're never gonna win. So it's just a matter of having faith that things are going to work out, even if they don't feel like they are. Even if you feel like you're in a losing position right now, if you stick with it in the long run, things are genuinely going to work out. So I want to thank him for that.
That's I think good advice for anybody. And I have to say, Brandon, we've been friends for a really long time, and while I was watching this match, I was smiling ear to ear, and the people that I was on set with as we were rapping were just like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm just happy for a friend."
For my boy.
Yeah, man, it was really cool to see, and I'm sure it was even more surreal for you. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
I'm sorry that you missed Robert Baines.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I did just get a text. He should be here pretty soon, so maybe you catch him in the hallway.
He has a phone. Why would he have a phone?
I don't know. I mean, if he runs the slaughterhouse, I hope
Maybe
he's
he
getting
pushed
into
some
that.
nerd down and took his phone.
Maybe.
Was it from a number you didn't recognize?
He's one of those people that still memorizes phone numbers, and that's terrifying.
Was the text just, "This is Baines. I'm gonna be on my way."
Baines coming.
It's a pretty good
now.
impression.
But thank you, Brandon, for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Cool.
Best of luck to you in all of your future comings and goings.
Thank you.
Not
Yeah.
endeavors, but
No.
Well, yeah.
We hope to see you on the show again, and,
Yeah.
and hopefully we can get you back in studio. when you're
If
on.
I could just plug Championship Wrestling from Arizona
Sure,
real
sure,
quick.
go ahead.
We got to film a taping on Saturday in Mesa, Arizona, and so that's where I'm going to be this weekend.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Excellent. Thank
Thank
you
you
very much.
guys. Really
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, jeez. Careful.
Well, back over to you, Mark. What do we got going on? Maybe some chat room comments or something.
We've got a couple of things. Thanks again, Brandon.
Thanks.
Well, some people are saying that if he's gonna have to get a new NXT name, like once he comes through, Sharkosaurus suggests Huxton Jackson, and that's HUXTON JAXXON. Super solid. Hobo, come on, man.
Hey, yeah, sorry.
You just missed Brandon.
No, I saw him in the hallway.
Yeah? You didn't punch him, did you? Okay.
We may have bumped shoulders, but past that...
That aggressive stuff.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
It's
That's a
a
shame.
Freaky Friday situation out there. People were acting real
Popular
weird.
shirt today.
Oh well, I mean it's a classic thing. It's for Brandon was at WrestleMania as well. He wore that.
wearing
WrestleMania
this?
30
Yeah.
Deuce.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Big
The
old
Dirty
The
Deuce.
big
dirty
old deuce.
deuce.
It wasn't the best.
So we talked about the Mustache Mountain match. Let's go back and let's talk about the first match of the night, which hello?
It smells. Am I having
Popcorn.
a stroke or does
No,
it smell
popcorn.
like okay?
They're making popcorn outside.
Well, it's a stroke.
It could be both.
Shit for
We
you.
had excuse me,
Mouth
not
tastes
I'm
like pennies.
not I'm by, but the Mighty versus Heavy Machinery.
Some mighty guys of their own.
Some mighty meaty boys.
Some mighty big boys.
Yeah. So what do we think about this one?
Loved it.
This is friggin' great.
Yeah.
Just a slugfest.
Otis now has another trick up his sleeve, which is spinning someone in a scoop so long that he gets dizzy upon
Yeah.
slamming them.
He's like a giant ballerina. He just pirouettes until he can't pirouette no mo, and then he just kind of ejects whoever it is. Because it wasn't a slam, it was an ejection.
He tossed him.
Like throwing a guy into a fountain.
Yes, exactly.
My favorite part of this match was the return of the Street Profits, because we got to see two of my personal favorite tag teams right now in NXT, the Street Profits and Heavy Machinery. And hopefully this leads to some sort of televised version of Heavy Profits, which was Montez and Dozer. But the tag team division, as evidenced tonight, is on fire in NXT. We have multiple avenues that we're going. You don't necessarily need the tag team titles. Ultimately, it is about the tag team titles, but we have 3 teams involved here, and then with Mustache Mountain and you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got Mustache Mountain, Undisputed Era, and now the War Raiders. Something happened in there. That's 6 solid teams. Actually, before we go too far, did you want to say anything about the State Line and Mustache Mountain match?
Those state line guys, they're They're interesting. I think they got to hit the gym a little bit more.
Anybody?
A little bit.
Anybody in particular, or just both of them?
Both of them.
Yeah, you got to hit the gym together. We've
Yeah.
seen with Tucky and Doze that you've got to do more stuff together that can
Absolutely.
build
And
up the bond.
Tuggy was on fire tonight. I really got to hand it to him. He was explosive, huge, rolling whatever senton on the outside, catching both of the.
Oh, that's
the
right.
mighty.
Tucky
Holy
was
mackerel.
on fire in this match.
He was firing on all cylinders. Those guys, they get more and more comfortable every time you see them. They are fantastic. The heavy machinery are it. State Line can really take a cue from those guys.
I forgot a question. I should have asked Brandon. Anyway, I'll text him and then I'll tell you all next week. But Lake the Snake Lock saying Brandon and Hobo should team up.
What? Why?
I don't. That's just
Why would I want to team with that guy?
just what they say.
He just lost to Mustache Mountain.
Fair, that's-
Robert Baines is undefeated
True.
since
True.
like last November. I'm doing fine.
Well, you should fight Bianca Belair then.
Okay. She don't kick my ass.
Undefeated.
Hobo Brandon line like Georgia. Anyway. What are we doing? Anyway, really quickly.
State Baines.
State Baines.
State Baines.
State of Baines.
State of Baines.
Chris Baines.
Are we gonna have to put a State Line shirt up on the?
I don't know if we can. We don't own that.
I don't know who does.
Doubt anyone.
Who would?
Who would want to? Could you imagine? Like the couple of our friends that live in Florida show up to an NXT taping with a State Line shirt.
They all have State Line section signs.
State Line.
It's just like they bring a stack of State Line section, hand them out, and go, "What?
We want State Line.
Who the hell is that?"
We want State Line. Yes, we do. Just
We
everyone's
want
on
State
board.
Line. How about you?
Oh my god.
We're here. We're State Line. Get used to it.
Oh my god. Is there anything else that we want to say about the first match?
Yeah, this is great.
It was, yeah. I thought it was great.
Well, you were asking, do you think this is going to drag out till?
I'm not even sure where it's going to
Brooklyn.
drag out to. Like you were theorizing there is a multi-man tag match coming on, a multi-team match, but none of these teams are revolving around the title. None of these guys have anything to do with the title.
I think if
right now.
anything, the way that the War Raiders put it in the backstage thing was that we're going to sit back and watch, and whoever wins, we're going to tear apart. So I don't think the tag team title match at TakeOver is going to be a multi-man match, but maybe at the tapings for the week
We're gonna
after,
have a
fatal four-way.
We're gonna have a 5-team multi-pass match.
Multi-pass.
Yep.
So it's,
the 4 teams you're used to, but when you add that 5th element, there's something very unpredictable about it.
ladies and gentlemen, the winner of
The
tonight,
multi-pass match.
Bill Handstock, and people wonder how we get canceled.
Just good jokes, everybody.
But I thought you were saying five-way because it's Heavy Machinery, TM6, The Mighty, excuse me, Street Profits, War Raiders, and State Line.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
all 5.
Wait, State Line lost.
Yeah, but they're another
They
tag
lost.
team.
They
They're
lost.
an additional.
They
tag
lost
team.
to the
They at
number
least
one.
have a name.
They lost to the number 1 contenders.
Okay, all right. So it still puts them like somewhere in the middle.
They're in the mix. Put me in the mix.
Hey man, I this is
Please, Hobo, don't hurt him.
we actually should have a Hobo Don't Hurt Him shirt. Even though because you're not anyway. All right, really.
I can sell it at Wrestling Pro Wrestling.
That's true.
Yeah.
Please, Robert, don't Baines him.
Really quickly before we move on to the next match, which was
you on this side.
oh boy, do we have something to say about the next match. But before that, AfterBuzzers. Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channels, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't, because they're optional. You hit that bell, you know immediately when we go live, but you don't have to do that right away. So hit that subscribe button right now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. But for now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk. Now, saying that, I do have last week's show up here. And I'm bringing this up not to necessarily bring this guy on blast, but to let the folks know at home that we appreciate any and all comments that we get. I do recognize
Even this one that sucks.
even from this goober. But I'm seeing some people that I'm not recognizing. I'm seeing somebody simply Chris,
Hey, Chris.
June
Hi,
Giovanni, two
Hi,
people that I
June.
don't necessarily recognize. Saheb Sharma
Saheb.
from India. Crazy.
Awesome.
But we did get this comment from William Roper. And
William Regal's sock puppet account. Totally.
Yeah, totally.
so they wanted to let us know that he thinks that our level of snark is a little bit like the levels of snark and like commentary are a little uneven, and I just wanted to acknowledge that we appreciate that. Which is a viewer from back in the Kathy Kelly days. The show has changed a lot now that it's 3 grease pigs at the table as opposed to 2 grease pigs and Kathy Kelly. So we really do appreciate your comments, and we will take that and change the show appropriately. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the finest.
Wait, are we
What?
snarky or just jokey?
It depends. I think sometimes, like,
Well, his comment was like we're self-aggrandizing or something.
no, but also talking about how we've treated Roderick Strong in the past, quote treated Roderick Strong in the past, and how we're treating Johnny Gargano. So yeah.
Well, we'll get to
Oh,
him.
you mean history's greatest villain, Johnny Gargano? Yeah.
We'll talk about him. But like the Lock says, NX Baines. Thank you, Drew. Anyway, but yeah, let's talk about EC3 versus Kona Reeves.
Hell yes.
Now,
I wanted them to become best friends at the end of this.
so the thing that stole the entirety of the show, not just this match, but the show. No offense to our guest Brandon Taylor, but was the seeming technomancy that Velveteen Dream seems to be exhibiting in Full Sail. Interrupts the match, talks about how EC3 is still complaining about stuff that happened at Royal Albert Hall, and seemingly invites him to the void, with which the greatest promo in a very long time has occurred, and then snaps us back to reality and back into the match, which we've talked about it before. Let's talk about the validity of the Hawaiian drop as a finishing maneuver, because EC3 got scooped up and got Samoan dropped, landed on his back, not on his front.
Oh, that's not the finisher.
But it's like, oh, okay, he hit a Samoan drop. And then when commentary acknowledges it as the Hawaiian drop, then we were starting to go into a circle of, okay, how can we make this better? How can we improve this? And now everybody's confused. Is it just a Samoan drop? Was that a slip of the tongue? What did y'all think of that moment? Because for me, it kind of invalidated the Hawaiian drop to me as a move.
I think that moment, that particular moment, the Hawaiian drop was ineffectual, and hopefully, and this is not a dig on Kona Reeves, I like the cat, that move is no good. It's no bueno. It just does not have the snap, the pep, the
vim,
the vigor. It's not him. It's everybody else. That move has a lot of problems in execution, and I hope it goes wayside now that it was ineffectual.
Is it possible that Kona executed his Hawaiian drop as intended, but EC3 was able to spin just enough that he landed in a regular Samoan drop, and thus didn't have the full impact.
I've got it. And that's exactly what it
Yeah.
was. He
That's
grabbed
thus-
on, like
yeah.
he tightened up so that he couldn't get flipped out onto his front. That's what it was.
Yeah, and thus not enough, not the full intended impact, and thus not enough to put EC3 away.
Also, enough time had passed that could not have put EC3 away. He had been given time to recover with the distraction from Velveteen Dream, and even if he hit him with a bus, I would imagine he would have had enough time to sort of prepare his body.
I don't know if anyone out there watching or listening is aware of just how thick EC3 is in person, but you would have to stab him with a mountain, basically.
Yeah.
The thick to describe him is about 5 or 6 C's long. Thick.
Yeah. When he hits the mat, he's the hardest part of the ring. And so am I watching.
Yeah.
We collectively, the NXT team.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Totally agree. But despite Kona's best efforts, he ended up taking the L. Do you think, and you wanted them to become best friends, do you think there's still a chance for that?
I mean, maybe that's what turns the tide. Maybe that's what gives EC3 the upper hand against Velveteen. Maybe little Kona scampers out like the rat from Charlotte's Web, and
Played by Paul Lind.
yeah, what's the name of the?
I forgot.
I cannot remember.
Fair is a veritable smorgasbord. He scurries out and eats all of Velveteen Dream's discarded hot dogs.
Templeton.
Templeton.
Oh
Yes.
my god. I just see like Templeton but with the
It's like 1-to-1
All the
basically.
chains.
We should just do that. Just take Templeton, like all gorged on fair food, put the Kona Reeves hair on him, and just have it say the finest.
Just the finest, just a rat.
Or just have it say veritable smorgasbord.
veritable smorgasbord Kona Reeves. And we get the snarkiest. He's thick like an armoire, also colored like one.
Sure is.
EC3, actual ent.
Tree.
I
Could
mean,
be a
he's
golem.
a little bit not lanky enough.
True, yeah.
More of
He's-
he's
he's-
really more of an urukai.
He could be a golem made out of dirt. Yeah, he's dirt colored.
A clayman.
Clay creature.
He's a clay human. Kona Templeton Reeves. Beautiful.
His middle name.
So after this, I think is when we got the scene with. We didn't mention that Mustache Mountain was invoking we talked about the match,
Yeah,
but we didn't
Trent
say that they
Seven-
specifically are re-invoking their rematch
Trent
clause.
7 insists he's at 100%. The knee is good to go. He appreciates what Trent 7 did, or what Tyler Bate did for him. But
Trent 7 appreciates what Trent 7 did.
well, I'm sure he does.
sure does.
I mean, he basically made a little clone that's like better. It's like the inverse multiplicity. Like the clone came out better. No diss to Trent 7. I mean, I'm sure he would also admit.
well, no, he's
You want to do the gene manipulation.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
little bit of gene editing. That's what I'm currently
a little bit of
doing.
Gina by my side.
damn it, Bill! You made it better. Clearly he is a result of some sort of multiplicitous situation because he's the 7th.
That's
Trent
right.
7.
He's the 7.
Yeah.
So it was
He
Trent
has
1,
a
2, 3, 4, 5,
number.
6, 7.
He killed the
Trent's
6
1 through
others.
6 were just put straight in the incinerator.
Don't need this anymore.
But yeah, 100% good to go. They're ready to invoking the rematch clause, and then later in the night, they're walking around, just not hanging out in the parking lot. You know,
Yeah, like-
Trent's got his
like
jacket
you do.
half on, as you do. Tyler Bate completely nude, and they're talking
As
about
you do.
They're talking about how in Brooklyn the Barclays Center, they're gonna prove they're the best and take the titles back, and then some big boys show up,
Big
and
money
then
boys.
Hanson in his hilarious Drederick Tatum voice threatens them. I guess.
we're gonna beat you up.
See,
I just assumed you would die of
wrestlers-
embarrassment.
Wrestlers need wrestling voices.
Yeah.
And I've been saying
Well, especially
this for a
like
long time.
they've been hollering like war. Listen, though, we're gonna have to then they turn all NPR.
Guys,
Right. Right. This is not
Welcome
This
to-
American Life.
Welcome to taking the NXT Tag Team Championships. I'm Ira Glass. That's a joke for my brother. Anyway, after this we got. Oh no, it was after this match, but
But at Takeover Brooklyn 4, things didn't go according to plan.
call us now. You'll get your free NXTeam tote bag.
Sarah Val has the whole story.
Let's talk about this women's match: Shayna Baszler versus. Oh boy, Candice LeRae. This was great. I think rivaled, if not
was
surpassed,
amazing.
their Mae Young Classic match last time.
Hard hitting.
Candice was not taking any of the guff.
There was a moment where Shayna Baszler kicked Candice LeRae right in the mouth, just right in the teeth. Oh God!
It was so good. It was such a good
cringed.
match. What the only thing I take an objection to in this match was before the match when they were showing the later tonight graphic. Morrow was like, Candice LeRae finally getting back to her true goal of dominating the women's division. I was like, oh, whose fault is that, Morrow?
Friggin'
You
Johnny.
dingus.
Oh, we'll talk about Dingus Master General in a moment. But this Sharksaur says probably Candice's best NXT match, this or that triple threat.
No.
This. I'd say this.
Awesome.
Singles always better.
Yeah, like Shayna brutalized
Singles
her,
only.
and then at the end when Kyrie came out to help, and then Shayna kicked her halfway across the ring, and then
God.
It's not about you, nerd.
Kyrie stood up so pissed off. I'm extremely excited about their match at
Should
Brooklyn.
be fun.
And I mean, oh God, it's coming up so fast. But we've got
We
a
got
couple
like 6
more weeks. No, God, no. We've got a couple more weeks to see how this further develops, and I wonder what this means for Candice moving forward.
I think that this was a good, statement match. Obviously,
Without being a squash.
right? No, great
no.
statement match.
No, no.
She pushed Shayna, and she gave Shayna a much bigger fight than Shayna was expecting, especially with Shayna having Kyrie on her mind.
Shayna looked shook. The early goings of this match, I mean, there was a dive that Candice did that totally caught Shayna off guard.
Yeah.
She was not ready. She was not ready for this.
Great statement match. Great way to transition Candice more fully back into the division, away from other extracurricular storylines that she's in. And I believe that this is enough of a statement match to, for example, after Brooklyn, put Candice in a number one contender sort of multi-woman match or something like that, because they seem to be very fond of those.
Yeah.
And I'd be very hard pressed, since they've been going so hard with this hey, they're married gimmick. That gimmick, it's real life. But
Everything's a gimmick, brother.
But that they want, that they're aiming for a show to end with Candice holding up a championship and Johnny holding up a championship because that seems like something that they would try to work for to me.
That is quite a visual.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
perhaps
moment.
perhaps the stars shall align at, for example, War Games in Los Angeles.
That'd be great. Tickets are already sold out, but are they sold out? I know they started pre-sale last Friday.
It's just going to be a very busy weekend.
Yeah,
in our neck of the woods.
I bet. And we hope to be there covering it. And
Maybe State Line can get us in.
maybe they
Actually, I think they're probably going to be busy with New Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll have to talk to Brendan and see what that is. After this, our final segment of the night, Tommaso Ciampa just being a big old D-bag. This was
good.
so good. He kept talking about how I am the greatest sports entertainer in the world. Shut up. I said entertainment and entertainer at the same time, so entertainer.
Entertainment. He tames entertainment.
He does. I liked what he said about that. Never has there been such a wide gap between number 2, and number 1. I just realized how funny that sounds.
Yeah.
We're all
You
children.
call that the taint.
Damn it! Stop it, Bill. But this, all of his words of, I guess, negative encouragement to the rest of the world of just like, you all suck. I'm great. I'm the best.
He even called out that grandma in the
He
front
did.
row.
I remember you. I'm your champion. Before even giving her a chance to respond, moving on.
Hey,
But
he didn't want a Hogan situation. Have
also
some old
had a-
lady
yeah.
try and take a swing at him.
it's fair.
He also had spent some time in conversation with the title and
right.
said that we make a great couple and gave a big old smooch.
I like how in order to, a very smart move is the crowd was chanting, "You're an asshole, you're an asshole, you're an asshole," and he stopped, he let them talk, and instead of just continuing with his point, he had a non sequitur of, "Oh, this is heavy, this belt is so heavy."
Oh, it's so heavy.
Because then everybody has to shut up and listen. Wait, what did he say? And then he's like, "I'm the best." So it was such a great element of subterfuge that Tommaso Ciampa engaged us in.
He's pulling the strings.
He brought out. He got enough of a rise out of Aleister Black to get him to come out, and just as we're like, "Oh, it's gonna kick off," Johnny freaking Wrestling runs past him, starts beating him down, just like, "I'm gonna beat you up because I'm Johnny freaking Wrestling," and Aleister just keeps walking.
I was born in a cow.
I don't know. I know it's Tom. Sorry. Anyway, our development here is Johnny gets on the mic and says, "The only reason you're champion is because of me," which is not a great thing to admit.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I done goofed.
There wasn't an apology in there either.
no.
And
There
somewhere
wasn't
He
sorry.
didn't like. He runs right past Aleister and isn't like, "Bro, we cool." Like he isn't like, "Hey, you want to both beat this guy up?
Hey, let's
Beat this guy up." And ultimately, Tommaso is already running at this point. He's in the crowd, and Johnny just keeps saying it like a crazed man, a very crazed man, and turns around and runs right into a black mass. And the crowd then proceeds to chant, "You deserve it." Mm-hmm. Which,
they do.
If you've been watching this show for the past couple of weeks, we agree.
He do. He do deserve it.
He do.
And he doesn't. He's not even He's not even smart enough to realize that the enemy of his enemy is his friend.
No.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean, even Aleister Black is like, "I don't want any friends. You can just kind of die now."
You cost me my undefeated streak. You cost me my championship title.
He hadn't.
No, Ciampa mentioned it in his thing. I'm the first person to pin Aleister Black in a singles match.
In a singles match.
Yes.
In the singles. Yeah, singles. So that counts.
Apparently on Twitter, Johnny admitted that he did deserve it.
Oh, well, that's good. Take your lumps.
Yeah.
You silly sponge.
Start showing some ass.
What? Are you an ass man?
Start showing ass. You know what it means to show ass?
No.
You know, show ass.
I mean, I've shown my ass, but mostly for cash.
To show ass is like to be humbled. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I don't know that one.
Okay. Well, now we do. We've learned something today.
I'm going to go show my ass to people.
It detracts from Ciampa when you call Gargano the true villain of the story. True or false? Or in our world on
He
this
is the
table.
villain.
That Ciampa is?
No, Johnny is because Ciampa made him into the villain.
Yeah,
Right.
he's falling for everything hook, line, and
He's like
sinker.
Batman if Batman killed the Joker.
Like I get that I get that we're snarky and I get it. But like it's very clearly the story that they're telling.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very like we're
Right.
not like reading in something into this that isn't there.
No.
This is the story.
If they did this on accident, they done goofed.
Yeah. If they did it on accident, it's the happiest accident, the happiest little accident in the world.
Happiest little accident in Texas. Now, the great thing is we're still in the
And
middle.
that's how I was born.
We're still in the middle of this feud. It's 1-1 on wins. We usually go to a rubber match of 3. Never mind. Very funny thing to say that I will not, because this is a family show. We just talked about showing ass. But when we reach the end of this storyline, I think we'll be able to look back on it as a whole and be able to analyze it a little bit better. Because we did something similar with Roderick Strong. Because while we were there in it, we mentioned the things that weren't working for us, and the end of not necessarily the chapter, but the book of when he turned and joined Undisputed Era helped recontextualize that last bit of story that we had with him.
Yeah, you don't ever really know how to evaluate something until it's over. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, absolutely. We're sort of...
and wrestling's never over.
No, it's not. We're just sort of adding context to all of this as it is occurring in front of us. Mm-hmm. And we just... I don't know. he's not a good guy. Johnny Gargano is not a good guy.
So
he's selfish.
Sure.
At bare minimum, he's super selfish.
Sharkosaur brings up a very good point that I would kind of want to expand on very quickly because we're running out of time. He says he's Darkseid Luke. He has to redeem himself. So if we contextualize that, we put that in place. This is Vader and Luke at the end of Return of the Jedi, and this is just as Luke is just wailing on him just before the Emperor says, yes, kill him, do it.
Yes. Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, and that Aleister Black's the Emperor. But that is a good contextualization. That's just before the redemption of Luke. I mean, Vader doesn't get any sort of redemption.
Johnny Gargano has to grow up and be a man.
Swift is, of course, thing ever, etc., etc. So, yeah, Dangham Q brings up a very good point. The villain is Marty Scurll.
Oh, yes.
So we like to that's going to be it for us today. We'd like to thank Brandon Taylor for coming in. Make sure to keep an eye out for him on Championship Wrestling from Arizona and all sorts of stuff. He put them over. So let's wrap up. Hobo, where can the folks find you? What can they keep an eye on?
Find me at Baines Destroy on the Twitter and the Instagram. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Check your local listings. We're still expanding. I think we just got a channel in Tampa that's now carrying us.
Whoa.
So
I know you
It's
just
not
got
Arizona at all.
well, no, but I'm on Championship Wrestling from Arizona.
There's
as
an
well,
ABC.
so.
There's an ABC affiliate that was just
in
announced too.
Tampa.
Okay, it was
Yeah.
Tampa. Okay.
That's what it is.
Hey, Bill Hanstock.
You can find me on all social media at Cinema Hotel and check out check out the Up Rocks podcast. We got Brody King on this week.
Very cool.
And the With Spandex podcast. And this Friday, if you're in LA and you want to see me do some talking, come to the clubhouse at 8 p.m. 6 sometime.
Sometime Hotel for more information.
Check out my Twitter.
You can support the team by going to tpublic.com/NXTeam. Get a fine shirt like that and some other ones, including Bill's new shirt that says "God No," because man, I just like it. It's the old ska boy. You can follow me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. You also watch Xbox 12360 today. We had Rich Swann on, and he just signed with Impact, so we talk a lot about that and his future opponents that he's looking forward to there. But that'll do it for us here at the NXT After Show. Thanks again to Brandon Taylor. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Stay line.
Stay line.
Oh, Brandon's back.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.